There we are in the alchemical water, the great tavern of Nuglish near Korsud, the savage land of festival. Here, a meeting is going on between the mayor and an outpost liaison from the syrups of time, the Omelands, the mountain homes. So I've seen that your fortress has been going quite fine. Yes, I've done my best here since I arrived from the mountain homes. Great. But there is one thing that I've wondered about. Why are you so cowardly? What? What do you mean? You haven't touched the great caverns underneath your fortress. The great lakes are left unexplored. The creatures are left untouched, save from your monster slayers that aren't even from the syrups of time. What have you been doing? I'm trying to leave a mark. I don't care about that. I need you to start exploring those caverns for the glory of our civilization. Do any projects that you want, I don't care. But if I don't hear about your so-called military going deep underground in the next few months, you're gonna get replaced, Mayor. Yes, of course. I will take care of that. Well, good evening, everyone, and I hope you've appreciated this little intro of mine. Welcome to a new episode of Nuglish near Korsud, the savage land of festival. Last episode we did a couple of things that were of great help to the fortress, but we have since moved on and became even stronger. We are now at 124 citizens since a couple of poets joined. We had a couple of little deaths, nothing too important. We have more livestock than ever, more war dogs to accompany our soldier. Every soldier that we have in the Silvery Gods have now a dog. Just because of that, we have a couple of humans now working directly in the Uncharted Warriors in part-times. We have built a third magma forge because we have more miners than ever. And we have finally finished carving out the great tower that will rise up from the ground, as you can see there. And we have quite a big supply of ilmenite. Is that ilmenite? Am I mistaken? Yeah, no, it's limonite. Yeah. So iron has never been as plentiful as now. All those yellow rocks that you see, that's all iron ore. Sorry. That's great. We have a couple of bedrooms that we have installed for our farmers and planters who are working harder than ever. And we are starting to establish new bedrooms right here. Which is going fine. We are planning to use the river this way. We have started to cut a lot of wood, and we still have lots of dogs, lots of fields that produce lots of plants. As you can see in the Z menu, we have more than 20,000 meal, which means we are doing pretty fine. And as you've heard, the mountain homes may not be as happy as us about the states of things. You see, we have lots and lots of caverns. If we go and take a look near here, we have a great cavern right here, right under our nose that we haven't touched nor explored, which is a shame, really. And if we go down in the mine where we found tetrahedrite, there is also a great cavern right here that we could breach into. Pretty easily. I mean, yeah, there is a great lake just down here, but maybe there is something else, you know? So that will be the goal of this episode, and our next general goal, really, will be to explore while the tower gets shaped up. That it's not interesting to see me like tell people, yeah, smooth that stone and engrave it. It's not really entertaining, is it? But what is entertaining is finding out beasts of all kinds. Like, we have lots of Damn, that's not an interesting type of beast. But you know, fighting lots of beasts. There are elk, bird, tick men. There are tick men. Oh my god, a person with the head and legs of a tick. Well, that's horrifying. But they're on the surface anyway. And I also want to show you, talking about interesting people. We have some. Where are they? Did we lose a grasshopper? I can't believe we lost a grasshopper. I had some grasshopper people roaming around, and that was pretty fun, to be honest. So yeah, we also have finished constructing the walls around this little fisherman shack. We just need to cut a couple of trees around because right now it doesn't have a roof and there's no place for one. So that will be the next really important step in our journey. Alright, we have assembled most of the silvery gods here. They don't have their dogs with them, which I'm not quite familiar why, but that doesn't matter. They don't need them for now, so we'll start exploring right now. You see, there is a couple of sections that I am quite curious about. If you look all through there, lots of monster coming by. I'm kind of curious to see where they might come from. We have a lot of ground to cover, um, but we'll do it. I mean, I'm not too stressed with that. Should be fine. First off, I will order them to move around there. Yeah, there sounds great because there's lots of tight passages, so who knows what we will find. I want all the silvery gods to go through there. Alright, now that they are in position, they have a large area now to cover. I'm most curious about the northern section. So following that, I will send them down in this narrow passages. So we will ask them to move right here. And done. Now, while they're doing that, kind of want to check out how our base is doing. So if you look at that, we have lots of fields that are great, but let's think about what we want to do with that. I mean, we have lots of bones that are scattered all around. I think we could gain at making more out of what we already have. Now that this area is pretty much cleared out of annoying trees, although this one here that we really need to be cleaned out isn't quite yet. I think we'll be able to make some kind of buildings, some farms, some houses that leads to underground houses for people. I think that would be great. Now we seem to have discovered a little passage that either I had never noticed it or we just discovered. It leads just down here through narrow passages with a little slippery slope. It goes to this huge place right here that frankly I've never seen. Or have I? Yeah, we have a staircase right here, so we've already seen it a little bit, but there are lots of grundle here, which mean they must come from somewhere. So we're just gonna send the silvery god right down there, and there's this big pit right here, going down and down and down and down, connecting to the next layer of caverns. Of course, it isn't climbable at all. It's just a big pit, which is quite dangerous. Let's be honest, if anyone were to fall down there, it would pretty much end their miserable life. Let's follow one of the soldier while they get down. Okay, they need to make a huge detour. I'm fine with that. Going through there, following Toulon Kifish Shorast. Interesting. So they're getting down. We have a petition. Though we don't need any more poets. We have like a lot of them filling out our small tavern. Maybe eventually we'll take more, but right now I don't need. What are those creatures? Naked mold dog. That's disgusting. Completely disgusting. I am sickened. Okay, so they come back through there. Okay, I'm quite curious what they're doing right now. Do they know something that I don't? Let's keep following them, shall we? I'm curious to see where this leads. I'll just skip forward the boring part. All right, here we are. Actually, what just happened is the dwarves went by the forge to go through there, and that's actually a better position, I think, than the one I had envisioned. Oh, let's recalibrate that. Here we go. I want you dwarves to get there, and from here we'll explore this gigantic lake and its shores. I want to know the secret behind it, and all those little places. It's pretty charming, isn't it? I mean, we could make something out of that. You know, I got lots of project, but I'm pretty sure I'll not accomplish most. Ooh, digging cancel wormstone located right here. Yeah, I'm making my miners dig deeper because I want some more things to be dealt with. More caverns to be discovered. And at this rate, we won't really accomplish any of that by just sitting around in two small caverns without much to do in them. I'm sure you agree. Another poet. I don't really need you right now. And another wormstone. I'm just gonna take care of those wormstone problems, decide on another direction. And come back right after that. And I really didn't expect this to happen during this video, but here we are. We have found adamantine. For the first time in the history of our fortress, we have discovered the strongest mineral. But is it a good thing? Okay, this is where we were mining, and it leads deep down to the magma sea. At least I'm guessing it's the magma sea. So I mean we have to make a change of plan. I'm gonna cancel the designation that led right down. Okay, it's a big one. No wonder they were telling me, oh, magma sea, warp stone. It's because there was a lot of stuff to take care of. So let's just take a look at this big amount of lava. I mean, this is the pit that leads right up to our fortress. But this is a new thing, and it connects to the bottom of it. Okay, this is interesting. So all the dump that we've dumped in there may have got to there, and the adamantium starts getting lower and lower. To be fair with y'all, I'm not planning to awaken the anger of hell in this playthrough. In this particular fortress, this isn't our goal. We don't need to be as greedy as most dwarf seems to want to get. Anyway, we could. I will be more than happy to eventually make a fortress where we actually breach into hell and fight demons. It's just that Savage Zona Festival isn't a fortress designed for that, you know? It's a fortress designed for a specific purpose, and that is the entry for colonization up down in the world. So is there any sea? No, there isn't. All right. So if we're lucky, I'm just gonna get that as far away from as possible from the magma sea, and then we're gonna dig a bit deeper. All right. Then from there we dig all the way to the 83 minus Z level, and then we'll see what happens. And we're just gonna take a look at our guards, and I'm getting sidetracked a lot, but adamantium is a pretty big deal. Alright, so here are the silvery gods, and we're gonna direct them to somewhere else. Let's see, there's not any slopes here that doesn't lead to the lake. I'm just gonna take a look here. There isn't much to explore, really. Oh, I think there is actually. Yeah, right here there is a little bit of a little section that we haven't touched, but it's surrounded by water. But there are crundles here. There's a little bit of an open space right here. That leads to the shores, alright. This water is really bothering me. It really doesn't let us do much, and it's a bit annoying. We could, of course, dig around and try to... Oh, here's our fortress. Dig around and try to find something else, but I don't know if that would be quite as useful. I mean, we could just go... yeah, down there. I mean, it's not that bad, but I think we've pretty much discovered all the secrets of the caverns of our fortress had to yield. So there's only one solution, and it's finding another fortress. I have another cavern, but before that, there are some creatures that are better dead than alive in this cursed world. Crundle deserve to die, and that is why I will order a silvery god to make a big butchery out of those crundles. There are annoying creatures, and I want to see them bleed up on the ground. So let's just take a look at our guys, and just take a look at the only miner that is actually mining. They're going down the magma sea. Adamantium is a big thing. I really wasn't expecting it to happen this episode, or it wasn't in my plan. I didn't even think I would find it at like minus 60 Z level. It's a great surprise. Could lead to some interesting storyline developing from that. Now let's take a look at our soldier. They must be pretty close to the crundles. And yeah, I think the massacre has begun. And one crundle down. Congratulations, you're doing your best, soldiers. The silvery god strikes again. Oh, and the warpstone has been located, interrupting the action. But that's fair. That's fair. There's lots of magma around, so I'll just go back to the fighting. Hope we don't get interrupted again. But yeah, we are making a meat paste out of those crundles, which is great. And migrants have arrived. Great! Let's count together how many people I've gotten. Oh my god, stop canceling things. Okay, just gonna leave it canceled because I really want to see those new migrants. So 1, 2. Is that it? No. Okay, a third that is a child. Nice. A fourth. A fifth. Again, what is that token? A herbalist. Oh, that's quite interesting. For now, we have 5 migrant. A sixth has just arrived. Pardon my English. A 7th, which is a doctor, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's a... No, that's a clerk. Oh, lots of new types. That is a llama. No, an alpaca. Wow, they're so similar. I'm just getting lost. A stray horsefoal. That's great. Probably gonna butcher those two eventually. We don't really have a need for those kind of animals. I think that's our 9th dwarf. That's our 10th, I think. We're getting a big bolster up in our population. I believe that's an hamster. A cavipup. I'm really bad with tokens of animal. That's another dwarf. Probably the elephant. I haven't really been counting that greatly, but that will give me a lot of things to ponder. I'm probably going to be able to kickstart a leather industry with that migrant wave. Let's take a look then. We have 2 ranger. Yeah, those are going to be my leather worker for sure. This crafts dwarf is going to be used for detailing and engraving. This fish cleaner is going to be used to cut trees exclusively. This farmer is going to be farming. This herbalist is going to be used to... what do I really need right now? I'm going to think. Probably as a peasant. The clerk. Peasant too. We need people dragging stuff to bins and stockpile as much as we can because we have lots of garbage laying all around the fortress and we don't need that. Alright, so Crundles have escaped the area of the fortress, and so I will order the silvery gods to return to their ordinary duty in the fortress, for their mission is done now. Are we doing still fine in terms of brewing? We can brew fruits now because we've bought some from the outpost liaison, as well as lots of new weapons. We are building some zinc sarcophagus. Talking about sarcophagus, we have built a new room for a new sarcophagus in the room. Wait, that's a rock salt. That's a zinc sarcophagus. Okay, so we're putting some zinc sarcophagus around, making more place for people to lay in when they die, so that they are as comfortable as the people visiting their tombs in the future. Lots of wood, lots of rocks. We are doing extremely well. And in terms of wellness, I think it may be time soon to start another squad, but I am not sure yet. Let me just take care of all this business, all this digging around. I will come back to you later when the migrants have been taken care of, new bedroom have been made. I will I'll make probably a leap of a couple of months if nothing happens. Don't worry about it. Be right back. Showcasing to you because this is the first time I've seen one. A gremlin has arrived. Beware! And it looks like it has died. As soon as it appeared, the human X-Men, I think. Yeah, the human X-Men was named Ziltok Zakiomond is one of our Monster Slayers, and I think he has just killed it with lots of gruesome wounds, cutting its arm off and stuff. So gremlins can steal your stuff and be really a big pain in the butt. So I'm pretty happy this guy took care of it. So yeah, the merchants from our civilization are finally leaving. Just to update you guys a little bit, we are still at war with the elves. No contact, of course, but no, it's those elves that we are at war with. Yeah, the Autumn of Charity is at war with the Syrups of Time that are just across them. It is, if I'm not wrong, the first war that Dwarvenkind has led ever. This is history of the world. We are seeing the first Dwarven Elven War to happen in all the Plane of Oracle's existence. The Continent of Myth and the Taupe Jungle, the Splatter Spines are all, for the first time, fed with Dwarven Elven blood more than ever before. I am quite curious to see how this war will pan out. I hope it will be in our favor, because, well, we are pretty far, and we wouldn't want to see too many people just fall over and die, you know? Let's take a look at the little place. The Confederacy of Training on the Rivers of Parity. I think it's a River of Parity. The Elves have traded with us 3 days away to the south. Pretty happy for them. I hope they don't get preyed upon by the goblins. Here we are. Yeah, that's the Empire of Whips. I didn't know the goblins was as far north. Yikes. I thought there were more places with the Empire of Whips around. Let's just take a look at the news and rumors. Did something happen down south? I'm quite worried. Or is the Empire of Whips like... where is it actually? Is it there? Or is this the Empire of Whips? No, this is a Nation of Crystal. Quite puzzled right now. I won't bother you that much, but I think we may have lost the Empire of Whips. Apart from some human forest retreat, they had lots of towns and stuff before. So I'm quite puzzled right now. Anyway, that's not our worry. Goblins are far from here, and we only have to worry about gremlins and crundles, which is far from dangerous. You'll agree with me. We have some garnets and right here. I want to mine them. Garnets are really pretty. I love them as a stone. Alright, I'll just cut forward and come back to you guys. Now this is an interesting thing. Ablel boot match. being the rightful heir, has inherited the position of Baron of Polygel. Now, what is Polygel, you may ask? I have no clue. But we now have a Baron in the fortress. Abelel Polygane, who is a Baron. What are their labor? Are they doing anything? Let me just check. Abelel. Baron, maybe? Pulley. I can't seem to find it. Give me a second. Abelel, blah 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 blah. They were a wood crafter. Okay, and they just arrived in the fortress. It's one of the new migrants. Well, that's interesting. We have a Baron. Doma. We have Doma's Baroness consort. So that's the wife of Abelel. She is married to Abelel Bootmatch and has 3 children. Are they all in the fortress? Like, can I view them? Yeah, one of them is there. What about the others? No, the others are in there. Alright, but they have a big family. So, Abelel, Baron of Polygel. Let's take a look. We'll need to make him a fitting place. He feels satisfied at work. And he has lived a whole lot of things. He has 3 children. He's a soul of Ral Guild Temple and Logam Craft Vaults. He's a worshipper of Cumnit, an ardent worshipper of Domsim, a casual worshipper of Nosim, a worshipper of Doran, an ardent worshipper of the Yarn of Treats, and a worshipper of Avu Steelbreak. So a big religious guy. He's a member of the Conqueror of Savagery. He's a former member of the Static Lion. He is the Baron of the Syrups of Time. He arrives here on the 25th of Sandstone in the year 556. So, no, it wasn't in the last. It wasn't the last wave. He is 146 years old, so pretty old. His nose is extremely long, so we have a big-nosed Baron. Keep that in mind because that's really cool. His sideburns are clean-shaven. His very long mustache is neatly combed. His very long beard is neatly combed. His hair is clean-shaven. His slightly thin wrist alligator eyes are round, and his hair is white with flecks of gray when it isn't clean-shaven. And his skin is dark brown. So, those are really cartoony appearance. He likes native silver, which is great. We have a lot of that. How about other thing? Gems. He likes gems. We have lots of gems. He'll be happy with that. He preferred to consume spotted redfish, one-armed camel cheese, soft wheat beer, and soybeans. He detests blood gnats. Don't we all? He personally respects the development of skill, does not care about friendship, and does not particularly value the truth. He dreamed of crafting a masterwork someday, and his dream was realized. Oh, did he? He crafted what masterwork? So he's a really happy guy, after all. We'll have to craft him a palace. I'll look his parent in his life in legend mode when this episode is over, but I'm really happy we finally have a baron, a noble. So we are now we're not a barony, but we have a baron. So might as well consider ourselves as such. That is a big thing. Polygel. Where is Polygel? Let me just check it real quick. So if you take a look here at the map, there is Polygel. It is inaccessible from my location. It's not. They don't even give you a number of time. It's 14 to 15 days away. Yeah, 14 days of travel. That's tremendous. That is half a month of travel in terms of Dwarf Fortress. This is absolutely stunning because a month is a lot of time in Dwarf Fortress when you're actually playing a lot. If you take a look here, I really like the design here. Those 2 rooms at the top and at the bottom will be for nobles, and they will be full of colors and engraving. That will be preciously beautiful. I may make some things out of Microline. I really like that stone. It's bluish. It's really pretty, and I like pretty stuff, you know. So I am pleased when I look at that. Apart from that, our military is still doing quite fine. I think the silvery gods are all armored with the best equipment we can do. We are currently making, or we asked to make, we're asked to make copper statues, because I really think we can do a lot with copper but not much right now, because we have lots and lots of really high quality metals. We have gold, we have iron, silver, zinc is not that high quality, but it's it's okay. Let's check if we hit the search button with that bar, like no iron for example. We have lots and lots of iron stuff. We have ton of it. I bought some bolts and arrows. For zinc, we have lots of it. Silver, a couple. In terms of gold, we bought 4 gold bars, which is great. And copper, well, we have a ton of it. Statues and stuff like that. We're really not in a penury of. We're really not lacking right now, which is great. And we have lots of blocks, which will be used for the tower that will rise up for the ground. But we're not at that stage yet, because if we take a look here, just up from there, I want to make a mechanism here to activate those 2 things, but I sure don't look like I can do it for now, because our mechanics is a lazy boy. But it will happen. Yeah, I can guarantee you it will. Apart from that, yeah, we're still cutting wood. Let's take a look across the river. Yeah, let's take a look across the river, just down here. The trees haven't been chopped, but we could put a door, though, because it would be pretty unintimate if there isn't a door. Listen, I think this is a great point to end this episode. See, we haven't played a lot. I think it's taken me like 1 or 2 hours to record all this, but we have discovered lots and lots of cool things. Adamantium, a barren couple with children, a tantrum from a doctor. Great. Can you don't please? I'm trying to end this episode. Okay, he's out in the cavern. We don't care. We've explored a little bit at a meeting with our diplomatic liaison. I did some tradings. Not much, but a lot is probably something that summarizes pretty well what happened this episode. And now we are digging deep down toward the depths of hurt. Oh, look at that. There was a magma crab. And yeah, so it's on that note that we will end this video. I liked it. I know it's a bit... it's nothing much happened apart from what I just mentioned. Bear with me. Next episodes will be a lot more eventful. I can guarantee you. Until then, I hope you will take care, for I am awaiting you for the next episodes of Snûn Korsud, the savage land of festivals. And until then, stay safe.